Welcome to the 30-second video in our series about Unix tools. In this video, I will introduce the find command. The find command creates lists of file names and also allows you to perform actions on those file names. The find command has many options and takes a long time to master, but you can use it for some easy routine tasks without knowing all about it. Let's get started. So you can see I'm logged in and I've got several files here. So we can say find help with our magic, and you'll see there's quite a bit of stuff here. And this is the BusyBox find, which is limited and doesn't have all the options that GNU find does, but it still has plenty of things to learn. So let's see what happens if we just say find and no arguments. If I scroll a little bit, you'll see that this listed all the files, including the dot files, in the current directory, and it recursed down inside other directories as many levels deep as exist. We can do the same thing with ls-lar, but the output is much more verbose and a little bit difficult to figure out. If you want to know what's going on, where is hello.py, you have to realize, oh, it's in here in Friday.old Python subdirectory. But when you use find, it's trivial to see where it is because find prints the whole path. Can we narrow our output down to just some of the files? Sure we can. Let's do a find on some directory. And you can see we have a directory Friday.old and we have another one called stuff. So let's find Friday.old. And let's find stuff. Okay, each of those worked well. What if we wanted to find everything in those two directories with just one command? Can we do it? Sure we can. That's pretty good. I like the compact listing. And then for any file that I really care about, I could run stat and find out the rest of the information that we normally would get. Let's try something a little more difficult. Let's say I'm working on some Python and I need to list every Python file because I can't remember the name of the program, but I know in my heart and soul that if I see the file name, I'll remember it. So I want the system to show me the name of every Python file in this directory or anywhere in the subdirectories and their subdirectories and their subdirectories ... So how do I do that? I can say find, and I need to tell it where I'm going to start searching. If I don't tell it, it looks in dot. But I don't want to look randomly, so I'm going to specify dot. I say look in this directory, and then I only want files. Type F is file, and you can use type D for directory. There are some other types, but most of the time those two are the ones you want. We want a file, and we know the file has the .py extension, but we don't know the name exactly. And so this says find, starting in the current directory, only files, search in directories, but I only want to see files. Case insensitive name, iname. If you know the exact name, you could use minus name. But minus iname says uppercase and lowercase, I don't care. And then I say, notice I use the single quotes to make sure that find does this glob expansion and this shell does not. If I forgot the quotes, the shell would expand it, and that would not be what I want. So it's going to look for the glob pattern star.py, and then print, which is the default action, just says show the names. So let's stop talking and let's hit the button. And that shows me every Python file. And of course, if you said, I want all the C files, easy. I want every make file. Or maybe, you know, you had some extension on it. So it shows there's a make file and stuff. That's the only one. Oh, it's looking pretty good. But I only want to find README files. It can do that. What if I want to say, I want everything except the README, like grep minus v? Can I do that? Let's take a look. Okay, I'm looking for the README. No. It worked. That command used the bang exclamation point, which is usually shift 1 on your keyboard. The one that's next to Q, not the numeric keypad. And that backslash is telling, once again, it's telling us and it's telling Unix that that bang needs to go to find, not the shell. Okay, because the shell does something with bang and we don't want the shell to mess with it. Could we do it with single quotes? Yes, it works fine with single quotes. But Unix programmers are pretty lazy and they said 1, 2, 3 characters. That's 2 characters, so they're going to go for the shortcut. Okay, so we can find everything that does not match the pattern. What if I want all the Python files and all the C files? Can I do that? Let's go back, and that's what we did for finding the Python files, and that's what we did for finding the C files. How do we combine that? Again, we have to do some shell quoting. And you can see it worked. This and this, the backslash prevents the shell from looking at the parentheses, and they go all the way into find. And what we used was the or. Minus O is or. So I said any name that ends with .c or any name that ends with .py, that's my group. And I'm not going to look at directories. I'm only looking at files. I had to put that first. And then I said, whatever you get, print the result. I'm pretty happy with that, but you know, we don't have the date, the time, the permissions, the size, all those good things that we got from ls minus l. We don't have it. We just have the name. And maybe we'd like to see some of that other stuff too. Can we do it? Yes, there's a companion program called xargs. This is the last thing in the video I'm going to show you. But if we do that, and we forgot the no color, I forget how to do the no color. It'll be in the next video. But anyway, what we did was we said pipe that to xargs. Xargs is the companion to find, and what xargs does is it accepts a list of file names and does something to each one. In this case, ls minus ld. And so now, for the files, specific files we wanted, not everything, just the files we wanted, we get the ls minus ld that shows all the good stuff. So you can already see that this is a powerful search tool. But we've run out of time in this video, so I need to ask you, please come back for the next one where we learn more, and thank you for listening.